G'day warbanders, and today I want to discuss Gilded Destiny once again. Now I know I've talked about this in my last video, my top 5 anticipated games, and Gilded Destiny was up there. Okay, and what Gilded Destiny is, if you don't know, is it's a 19th century simulator game, or it's a 19th century geopolitical game that's being scheduled for 2024 release. And I'm really hoping it comes out in 2024 because I'm, as I said before in my last videos, I'm not really happy with Victoria 3, and Gilded Destiny is basically taking all the aspects of Victoria 2 and just refining them and making it good. It may seem like Gilded Destiny is copying some things, but it's for the better, guys, because everything they're taking aspects from Victoria 2, Victoria 3, and just molding it into a good game. It seems like, from what I'm gathering from looking at their gameplay and dev diaries, it's all looking like it's going to be a decent game. And it's going to have all the hallmarks of a Victorian simulation, so culture, migration, simulation, all those factors you expect in a Victorian period strategy game. But I want to get onto these points, which is why I'm really hyped up for this game, is that you're going to have physical placement of buildings, and that placement is actually going to matter on the map. So it's not going to be just like a quick clicker where you just build more factories like Victoria 3. You're actually going to have to strategically manage where you're going to build stuff. Of course, this might get tedious over time, but I don't know, there might be an AI control, because I believe there is some sort of laissez-faire, and I'll get into that in a moment. But it's not going to be like super direct control like Victoria 3 was, like it was on release, But the elephant in the room, is the warfare going to be good? And from what I'm seeing, it's going to be great. It's going to be direct control. It's going to be similar to Hearts of Iron 4 with divisions and cores. Your larger actions are going to be controlled by AI, or you could have the entire army on AI. Of course, my preference is to control everything, but for those people that don't like tedious micromanagement, you can hand it to the AI and it'll do pretty well. And a big thing I want to hone in on is that you can actually customize your army. So you can create smaller cavalry divisions to harass the enemy's rear. So, say if I'm having these big battles in the front, I'm moving in, I'm going to Paris, and I just send like a bunch of cavalry divisions to go flank around, all around France. That sounds so cool to me, And they mentioned having like military academies to enhance your force. So you're going to be like trying to get those military minds, to match Napoleon, And as you take casualties, because casualties are actually modeled in this game, so you're actually going to have wounded and deaths. So it's not actually just a population decrease. So in the battle, so when you take casualties, wounded, you're going to have a pop called wounded veterans, and these wounded veterans are going to be a burden on your population. You're going to have to pay pensions. They're going to support more healthcare policies, and they're going to support more military policies. So this is more depth in the game than Victoria 3, because I feel like Victoria 3, it has a lot of mechanics, but like not a lot of depth. So it may technically have more mechanics than Gilded Destiny and Victoria 2, but it just it doesn't meld well. That the gameplay is very quick clicker type in Victoria 3. In the Gilded Destiny, from what I'm seeing in the gameplay, it looks like all the decisions are interconnected and they all have a purpose. Okay, so you have authority to issue your policy. So that leads me on to my next point, which is the government system is really interesting. So you can have these unique government structures. So you can have absolute monarchies, constitutional monarchies. Victoria 3 has this, but like it's more in depth, because like as you choose policies, your nation's called something else. So say if I'm going for like more communist policies, my nation's going to be called like a communist state, or like say if I'm doing more anarchist laws, I'm going to be called a communist anarchist state. I'm not politically literate, so I'm not sure about these things, but all these things I'm really looking forward to in the government side of things. And the thing is, all these policies, they're decided by the population. So there's going to be like a population that agrees with it, and there's going to be a negative population that doesn't agree with the policy. And I just feel like this is more like simulator type thing. Every pop seems to have its own view on the politics, and of course, if you're an absolute monarchy, you can pass laws like whenever you want. Of course, you'll have the aristocracy and nobility, keeping you in check. But I love that the government system is very similar to Victoria 2, because if you look side by side, they look very similar, and that's a good thing. So I like the Victoria 2 system over Victoria 3. I really hate interest groups in Victoria 3 because you can just ignore them and they don't have much agency. Like, they don't do stuff, or there's no change. It's just, I don't know how to explain it, guys. That's the problem. I don't know how to explain why I don't like the Victoria 3 government system, because it just doesn't work. Like, when you play it, I just don't feel immersed in the setting, because this is what it is. Like, when I'm looking at Gilded Destiny, I'm feeling like the developers are paying attention to the history. They know that we are fans of this period, or they know that we study this period. Well, some of us do look at the books and we go read this stuff, right? And they know that they've got to pay attention to the history. Meanwhile, Victoria 3 thinks that if you pass the multiculturalism law, boom, like, you win the game. Like, that's not how it works. You had empires like the German Empire, the Russian Empire, the Austrian Empire. They were absolute monarchies, or at least semi-constitutional monarchies. They'll still be out. There were oppressive states in some instances. You can argue with that sentiment, but like, it just doesn't match with reality. It's like Victoria 3 just seems like someone else's vision of what the Victorian period looks like. It's not based on reality. It's someone's personal preference of what it looks like. But yeah, that's my little rant about Victoria 3. But just let's move on. The big thing, I'm not going to look at the globe. So the globe is 3D. I'm actually, people don't like globes. I've seen people like don't like the globes, and like in strategy games, and it's hex based. You're going to have more, I guess, more control where you place stuff, and there's 1 million hexes, guys. So you're going to be building road networks and railway networks, and it's all going to be interconnected. All right, so another thing I want to discuss is they're actually going to be true laissez-faire government. So it's not just like Victoria 3 on launch, where you can just you have to direct control every building, every like trade route. There's actually that the market can regulate itself without government intervention. Of course, your government has to support this, but it's really like Victoria 2. Like, everything in this game is Victoria 2, and I love it. That's why I love this game. That's why I'm loving. I'm hoping for this game to be good on release, because of course it won't have as many features as the other games, but it will be a good entry, a good competitor. So I'm saying it's good to support competitors, because if we support competitors, we get a better product overall as the consumer. That's how it works, or that's how it's supposed to work. But yeah, guys. Another big thing I really want to mention is it's highly moddable. So you could put like Lord of the Rings in this game, or you can do like a War of the Worlds type of scenario, or you can do like, I don't know, like what if Germany won the First World War? Those type of scenarios. And I feel like that's a really important thing to grand strategy games, where you can mod the game, change it how you like, and it's really a good thing to focus on that and not blocking, hard coding everything. Yeah, guys, that's Gilded Destiny. I just wanted to put it under my spotlight because that's one of the games I'm looking forward to the most, because I hope it comes out in 2024, because even with the 1.5 update from Victoria 3, it's a mixed bag. Okay, the army overhaul, quote unquote, you can control. They made it more tedious. They made it more tedious than Victoria 2. That's just funny to me, because you actually have to like split up these stacks, but then you can't physically control them. It's such a weird system. It just feels like the devs don't know what they're doing in Victoria 3, and they don't have any passion. I don't see any passion there. I feel like they just go to the office and work. They don't have a passion for the game that they're working on, and they don't know the history. They have a vague understanding of the history, but they don't. They just present a history that's very biased. I don't know. tell me in the comments, guys, is Victoria 3 a bad game? It's okay if you like Victoria 3. There's certain aspects in Victoria 3 that are good. Don't get me wrong, but like the core is rotten. As I said before in my last video, the core is rotten. And just please tell me in the comments if I'm wrong. But are you excited for Gilded Destiny? I don't know. But just tell me in the comments. I love to discuss. I love to chat. Again, really excited for Gilded Destiny. Hope it does well. You catch me in their Discord. I'm always asking questions and talking with the developers. And I hope for their success. But yeah, guys, please subscribe to my channel. It means a lot to me. If you want more content about this game, about grand strategy, about other strategy games, please leave a comment and subscribe. But yeah, guys, see you later. Bye.